Well, welcome into the Queen City here at Cincinnati tonight as we are tuned in to Cincinnati Women's Volleyball. I'm Jack Ritchie alongside Mackenzie Tackett tonight here at Fifth Third Arena for a non-conference matchup between Cincinnati and Morehead State. Now, both of these teams coming into it off of wins. Cincinnati have won 4 in a row, winners of 7 of their last 8. They won against Akron in 5 sets back on Tuesday night. Morehead State is wrapping up their non-conference schedule here with a home-and-home against Cincinnati as these two teams play once again at Morehead State in just a couple of days. But, Mackenzie, what can we expect from these two teams headed into this game? Cincinnati staying hot. What can they do tonight to make sure they stay on track?
They need to make sure that they keep their hits up, teamwork for sure. I know their game against Akron, that was their first game of the season that went to 5 sets. So just really keeping the competition up and not giving up, definitely. That was a big part of Tuesday's game, was not giving up. So keep that up, and I think we can secure the win tonight.
Absolutely. That game went to 5 sets. So, of course, Cincinnati got off to a really slow start in that one. And that's one of my keys to victory tonight for the Bearcats is that you have to get out to a good start against this Morehead State team. Obviously, this team at Morehead State, they've been struggling have recently, sitting at 4-5 currently before conference play. But if you're the Bearcats, what can you do to make sure you start early? I know that obviously you have experience playing volleyball yourself. So what are some things that you did back when you were in high school to make sure that you're clicking on all cylinders in the first set?
Well, I know a big thing for UC is service errors. That's just free points for the other team. And playing volleyball, it is very hard to come back with points. It's not like basketball or football where you score multiple points at once. It's 1 point at a time. So service errors for sure, we got to make sure you keep those down because, again, that is just free points for the other team. Just make sure you stay on top of the ball, get those blocks in. They've got some strong hitters out here, it looks like, so make sure we get those blocks up for sure so we can get those passes to our setters.
Absolutely. And for the Bearcats, this is a really one you need to get. You played this team 2 times in the next 4 days, trying to wrap up your non-conference schedule with 2 victories headed in the Big 12 play. Obviously, the second year of Cincinnati being in the Big 12, where it is a very, very good conference. Over 16 teams now with the expansion of the Big 12. Cincinnati preseason poll, we're expected to finish 13th in the Big 12. So these games are very crucial to try to get your momentum up, not only as a team, but to make sure that you're hearing what Coach is telling you. You have to try to get these wins no matter what. But Cincinnati tonight, 7-2, winners of their last 4, trying to keep the momentum up over the last week. Now let's go into some of the key players for Cincinnati. Obviously, Faith Frame, the freshman libero for the Bearcats, winning Big 12 Freshman of the Week last week, the first of her young career, but she is the team leader currently with over 120 digs already in the young season, only 9 games being played. And having a true freshman come in at such a young age, being able to step in the shoes of maybe some upperclassmen you lost last year, how important is that, having a freshman? But also, what does she need to learn from her upperclassmen to be able to succeed in this program?
No, for sure. Having a freshman come in with that much success is definitely a good look in the future for UC. You don't see many liberos that get that many digs in a season, let alone 9 games. So that is absolutely incredible for Faith Frame. Learning from the upperclassmen what she can do, definitely just learn the gameplay. Their opponents, they've been playing against them for multiple years. Learning the opponents is a big key of the game, and just knowing with their second season being in Big 12 just what's to come for this season, because they had already been through it. But for sure, it's definitely looking bright for UC in the future with having a libero that can get the job done.
Well, to your point, these upperclassmen have a lot more experience than a lot of these true freshmen. I think Cincinnati has 4 or 5 in this last recruiting class. But for the Bearcats, especially in their second year in the Big 12, these girls need to get adjusted to the pace of play, especially comparing it to Morehead State tonight and comparing it to a game coming up where they're going to have to go and play West Virginia on the road for their first Big 12 game of the year. So it's going to be definitely a big difference in the pace of play, but we'll see tonight how the Bearcats can do against this Morehead State team, who they will play 2 times in the next 4 days. But we will take a quick break. We'll be back in just a few moments for player introductions as well as the beginning of the game. All right, we are back here at Fifth Third Arena here in Cincinnati, Ohio for the Bearcats and the Morehead State Eagles as player introductions and the national anthem are about to start. But for the Bearcats, it is a big night for Cincy. 7-2 is the Lady Bearcats volleyball record, and tonight they are welcoming back the Olympian Jordan Thompson, who is one of the best Cincy volleyball players to ever come through the program. So that is an awesome night. And I'm sure it's a really cool thing for the team to look at a role model like Jordan Thompson. She just went to the Olympics, so she was a silver medalist there from Cincinnati. And I'm sure that makes a big impact, not only as a program, but especially for the younger girls on this team to look up to her.
For
But
sure.
yes, but Cincinnati tonight trying to get back on the win column, and they're going to have to go against a Morehead State team that has some pretty hard hitters. This team, a lot of grad transfers. I know that number 5 for Morehead State, Hargan, has over 90 kills already on the season in just 8 games. So there's definitely going to be some competition. And now we will take a break for the national anthem. All right, well, this Morehead State team is coming off of some tough losses at the beginning of the year. They played 4 teams from the state of Kentucky, including Western Kentucky, Northern Kentucky, of course, the Kentucky Wildcats, who are top 10 in the nation for volleyball, and as well as Eastern Kentucky. As they played in some pretty tough competition to start the year. They were losers of 3 of their first 4, but now Morehead State is back on track. They have won 3 of their last 4 games. And for Morehead State, a team that's in a smaller conference like the OVC, how can they try to contain the Bearcats tonight on their home court?
You know, that's difficult to say. With they need to keep that track of the wins going on, and especially with non-conference play, knowing the Bearcats are going to come out here with trying to get that win going into conference play. They just need to keep up that teamwork. They were hitting pretty good in warm-ups. They need to keep that up. Talking is a big thing when it comes to volleyball. They need to make sure they're calling it out and not running into each other, as you can see oftentimes. But yeah, just keep up teamwork and make sure their hits stay in. And like I said, for UC, service errors are a big thing as well. Keep those in bounds and no free points for the other team.
For sure. We saw that a lot against the Akron Zips on Tuesday night. In that first set, the Bearcats made a lot of critical errors that made them go down in one set. Obviously, they went back and forth a lot during that match, eventually winning it in 5. But again, to my point earlier in the broadcast, this team has to start off hot if they want to try to get a win tonight against Morehead State. You cannot be making errors if that's serving into the net or just not communicating, like to your point. You have to try to jump out early. And if you're Morehead State, you're going up against a Big 12 opponent like Cincinnati. This is one of the highlights on your schedule, and you get to see them twice in 4 days. So that even if you don't get this one tonight, you can try to secure that second one. But the starting lineup's getting announced here at Fifth Third Stadium. Good turnout so far by the crowd. There are a good amount of Morehead State people, as they are just down in the state of Kentucky coming up for this game. But a fired up crowd should lead to a very good Bearcats match tonight. So Morehead State and Cincinnati all time have played over 25 times. Cincinnati leads the series 17-6. Morehead State, though, won the last matchup against them back in 2013. And with the domination of the series so far by Cincinnati, they need to try to look to continue that, but the lights turn back on here at Fifth Third Arena. We are going to get things started here on a beautiful Thursday night. It's a great night for volleyball, and you're going to be right here along with us on Bearcast Media. And it looks like some of the starters for Cincinnati. Sydney Nolan is out there, along with Zeta Washington. Faith Frame, the star libero, will check in, it looks like, for the Bearcats. But a lot of size for Cincinnati, especially right on the net, as you can see, as Faith Frame will check in for the Bearcats. And we will get things started momentarily. Pump it up on the stereo right now, a Cincinnati staple. And we will get things started just in a few seconds. So Morehead State will have the first serve. It looks like that is Courtney Fitzgerald who will have the first serve of the game. And here we go here in Cincinnati tonight. Fitzgerald sends it over cleanly. There's Faith Frame, gets it up. Cincinnati kill opportunity, and that'll be the first point of the match. Went right off of the Morehead State defender, and it's quickly 1-0 Cincinnati, just like that. Carly Glenning will be the first to serve for the Bearcats tonight. Good dig there by Faith Frame, setting up the point, and quickly already good start for the Bearcats. Glenning sends it over. Morehead State tries to put it back in play, but she'll run to the net, and that'll be a second point for Cincinnati already. So the Bearcats jumping out to a 2-0 lead here in the first set against Morehead State. And Glenning will go for her second serve. And another whistle blown. It looks like a violation against Morehead State, and quickly 3-0 Bearcats jumping out early. And so far, just like what we said pre-game, really not many errors by Cincinnati, but Morehead State quickly have already made a couple.
Yes, for sure, and that is a very easy mistake, just being out of formation.
So Cincinnati and Morehead State going back to back here. Nice kill there by Cincinnati, and there's going to be another point by the Bearcats. Their front line just getting the edge over Morehead State. It's quickly 4-0 Cincinnati already. The Bearcats have not even given up a point yet. Glenning will send it over for her third serve. Good dig there by Morehead State. Cincinnati contains it though. Faith Frame will put it up. And Morehead State will get on the board with a block there. And they notch their first point of the night. And that's a good point. Now number 8, Sydney Wyman will check in for the Eagles. Quickly the formation getting subbed out. There goes Glenning to the bench as well for Cincinnati. And now the libero for Morehead State will serve it away. Faith Frame puts it up. Cincinnati went over the line, and that's another point for Morehead State. So quickly, I feel like we cursed them a little bit. 2 straight errors now by Cincinnati, and Morehead State's got the lead in half. So Nina Horning will send it over for Morehead State. Very good serve, and there is no one home for Cincinnati. That'll be an ace and a Morehead State point. 4-3 now, 3 straight points for the Eagles, and just like that, we are back to a 1-point game. Nina Horning, one of the top players on this Morehead State team. The libero out of Lake Warren, Michigan. Back and forth they go. Puts it up for Morehead State. What a dig by Faith Frame. Back to Cincinnati, back and forth. What a hit by Faith Frame, but it cannot get over the net. And just like that, Morehead State has put 4 straight up against the Bearcats. We're tied at 4. Excuse me, that was Peyton Isley for Morehead State serving, and she'll serve it right into the net. And that'll be a point for Cincinnati. So the Bearcats take the lead 5-4 here in the first set of tonight's match. Close game so far. Both teams making errors respectfully on each of their sides. And now Faith Frame will go to serve for Cincinnati, the true freshman out of Nebraska. She'll put it over the net, clean serve. Sets it up for Morehead State. Good serve opportunity, and that will be in. And that'll be a point for Morehead State. We're back at 5 apiece. So now new Morehead State player in. That is number 11, Brenna Boomer, who will serve it for the Eagles. Tied at 5 of the first set here tonight on Thursday night. Glending will put it up. Cincinnati, good opportunity. Nice play by Isley. Eagles, Faith Frame, great dig, but it goes way over the boundary, and it's 6-5, and Morehead State will claim their first lead of the game. And quickly, what I've seen the note is Cincinnati just being a little flustered, haven't really been communicating that well, and they've made a lot of errors early in this first frame. So Boomer will send it over for her second serve, puts it cleanly over the net. Cincinnati all the way over to the far side, and that's another point by Morehead State. They just block number 2 there, Sydney Nolan. The transfer from North Carolina could not get it over the net, and quickly Morehead State has jumped down to a 2-point lead here in this first set. Boomer sends it though right into the net, and Cincinnati will get a point back. So luckily Morehead State has not been clean themselves. It is a 1-point game. So now Nolan serving it for Cincinnati. She'll send it over cleanly. There's Isley, sets it up. Far side for Morehead State, and a great kill there by number 7. It is Wellborn who gets the kill on the Bearcats. It's 8-6 Morehead State. Now Hall and Everett will check in for Morehead State now. So new rotational pieces in for the Eagles. Hargan will serve it way over the boundary, and that'll be another point for Cincinnati. So it's an 8-7 game now. Hargan, the leading kill leader on this Eagles team, just could not find the right serve there, and it's a free point for the Bearcats. And that's going to be another error on Cincinnati. That was number 9, Kayla Hostetler. She put it right into the net. And it's 9-7 Eagles. Faith Frame digs it all the way over to Nolan. Nolan, great kill. And Cincinnati will make it a 1-point game. Good dig by Faith Frame, and she'll go out. And they're going to put in number 99. That is Zeta Washington coming back in for the Bearcats. So Cincinnati serves 9-8 Morehead State lead. Isley sends it over far side. And another great kill by Morehead State. That is Maviak Wellborn, who has already made her name pretty evident. Faith Frame checks back in after only 1 point. And Boomer comes out for the Eagles. Now number 17 is Sydney Sennett. She'll send it over for the Eagles now. 10-8 Morehead State lead. She sends it over, high arcing serve. Now a great kill right there by Cincinnati, and they make it 10-9. That was Caitlin Leffler, the setter. Beautiful fake out, puts it right in the boundary, right where no one was home, and that's a Cincinnati point. 10-9, Morehead State leads. Leffler will now serve it over for the Bearcats. Morehead State contains it. Far side, great kill, and it's 11-9. So Morehead State serves again. 11-9 is our score here tonight in the first set. Cincinnati trying to get something going. Nolan on our near side. Spikes it over. Good play by Isley from Morehead State. They'll just contain it, put it over the net. Cincinnati sets it up. There's Nolan again, and she gets an amazing kill. Isley could not contain it for Morehead State. And now Cincinnati has made it a 1-point a game once again, 10-11. Sydney Nolan has been very active in this first set, already her third kill in this opening set. And now Cincinnati will serve it over again. Isley sets it up. And that'll go in, and Morehead State is up 12-10 now. Faith Frame was right in front of it on our near sideline, but she just thought it was going to go out, and it just stayed right in. So here's Isley for the Eagles, and she sends it right into the net. Her second time she's done that in this opening set. 3 points for Cincinnati, and it's a 1-point game now. So now things are starting to get tight here in the opening set. Morehead State has had the lead for most of this set, as Faith Frame will serve it now for the Cats. Puts it over, good serve. Eagles contain it. Not a great set though, they get it over. Frame will set it up, far side. Good chance there, good rally. Frame digs it, back to the Bearcats, over, and that'll go out, and it'll be a Morehead State point, so they will make it a 13-11 game. Just seems like too many errors in this first set, just like we've said pregame a lot. There seem to have been a lot where they've either just sent it way over the boundary line or they've served it into the net. So Boomer back in the game. She'll send it over, her second time serving. And that'll go out, and now Cincinnati will get a free point after the service error by Boomer. Cincinnati serves now. Isley contains it for Morehead State, far sideline. Now Cincinnati contains it. Walker puts it over the net. Eagles contain it, and that'll stay out for a Cincinnati point. So they've tied it up 13 apiece in this first frame. That was Hargan, the team, Morehead State's leading kill leader, just could not quite squeeze it in, and we are tied at 13 apiece. So now Sydney Nolan for the Cats will serve it in a tie ball game here in the first set. She'll send it over, clean serve, and it actually goes out past the boundary line. 14-13 Eagles lead after the Sydney Nolan miscue. So now Hargan, one of the leaders on this Eagles team, will serve. 14-13 they lead here in the first set. She sends it over. Over to Sydney Nolan on our far sideline. Great block though by number 7, Masiek Wellborn. And that is a great block. Morehead State leads 15-13, and they will take a quick break. And what have we seen in this opening set? I mean, the Eagles lead by 2. Both teams have kind of made their own mistakes, though. What have you seen from the Cats and the Eagles that have stood out to you so far?
UC really needs to capitalize on these service errors. Morehead already has 5 total just for this set, and we're still down by 2 points. We really need to capitalize on those errors and get up in this game. With that many free points, we should be up, but with the mistakes we are making as a team, we continue to keep being down and going point for point. As you see, we keep hitting the ball out. We need to make sure we get our blocks up. These balls are really hard for Faith Frame to get up off that ground right now.
Yeah, well, Cincinnati, they've made a lot of mistakes, but luckily Morehead State has not been far behind, as it's only a 2-point game here in a tight first set. But back to what we said in this opening frame, it's kind of the same story as Tuesday night against Akron, where they've just been serving it out. They haven't been communicating that well, but hopefully as the match goes on, maybe in the second and third set, we can see a little bit of adjustments, and they can start to adjust to this Morehead State team. 18 seconds left on the quick break. 15-13 Eagles lead here in the first set here at Fifth Third Arena between the Bearcats and the Eagles. One of the last non-conference games for the Cats here in the start of this 2024 campaign. It's going to be really interesting to see what this team is going to do in Big 12 play. Obviously, we said it a lot pregame that it's going to be a lot different heading into a power conference, but now we resume the first set. Good dig there by Frame. Walker sends it over for the Bearcats. Boomer sets it up for Hargan. It'll go out, and that'll be a Morehead State point. So now a 3-point lead for the Eagles. Let's see if they can try to extend on it. Fitzgerald will be the server for the Eagles. 16-13 they lead. They send it over. Good dig there by the Bearcats. All the way over to Sydney. She sends it over. Good dig though by the Eagles. Back over to Fitzgerald. It'll go out and another Eagles point. And that's just a good kill there by Fitzgerald, one of the leaders of this team. 17-13 Eagles lead. Bearcats struggling to get the serve back. Hargan will serve for the Eagles. She sends it over. Good serve, but a great dig by the Bearcats. Another block by the Eagles, and they will go up 18-13 in this first set. That was the setter Leffler trying to just squeak it over the net, trying to catch them off guard, but the Eagles were right there to meet her at the net. So now a 5-point lead for the Eagles. 18-13, they lead. Hargan will serve now for the Eagles. Cincinnati just trying to get some momentum back. It seems like the Eagles have sucked it right out of them in this first set. Hargan sends it over for the Cats. All the way over to Sydney Nolan. She gets it. And it'll go out of bounds, so a good kill there by the Bearcats. And they will make it a 4-point game as they finally will get a serve back. So 2 Bearcats check out. New Bearcat, it's Julie Whittekine who will serve for the Bearcats, her first appearance in tonight's game. Bearcats down 4 in the first set. Whittekine sends it over. Isley contains it for Morehead State. Good kill there, but a great dig by the Bearcats. There's Nolan who got tipped, I believe. Yes, and they will give it to the Cats. 18-15. And that was Gretchen Sigmund, the freshman out of Holland, Ohio. She gets her first kill of tonight's match. 18-15 now. Whittekine sends it over her second time. And now Boomer sends it over for Morehead State. Far sideline, Abby Walker sends it over. Morehead State contains though. A good block there by the Cats, but somehow Morehead State sends it back over. Frame sets it up. There's Sigmund, and that'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a Morehead State point. 19-15 they lead. The true freshman getting her second attempt of the night, but the second time does not go out. The libero for Morehead State, Isley, will go out just for a brief moment, and now a new Eagle will be serving. It's Sydney Wyman. She sends it over. Frame will contain it for now. Over to Abby Walker on our near sideline. Good dig there by the Eagles. Another dig by the Bearcats over by Sigmund, and that's a great kill there. The Bearcats needed that bad. 19-16. Excuse me, that was actually Abby Walker. The senior puts it over the net out of Cambridge, Ohio. She gets her, it seems like her 4th or 5th kill already in this first frame. And now she will go to serve for the Cats. 19-16 our lead in the first frame. Walker sends it over. Clean serve. Good dig by the Eagles. Over to for a nice kill. It was Wagenstyle, one of the leading killers in all of the OVC. She was second team all-conference last year. She gets a kill and is now 20-16 Eagles lead. And now if you're the Bearcats, you have to try to get the ball back sooner rather than later. This score starts to creep up a little bit more. So Sydney Sennett will send it over. And that ball was tipped, I believe, and it went out. They're going to give it to the Eagles. Coach Alvey was yelling for a point.
Looks like she's challenging that play right now.
Oh, so they're going to challenge it here in a 21-16 game, and I thought it got tipped as well.
It definitely did. You could see the ball move right after it hit her hands. You can see that swivel on the ball, and it went right out of bounds. So I am right there with you. I definitely think there was a tip on that ball.
That was Carly Glenning that hit the ball, the junior out of St. Louis, Missouri, who already has appeared in she appeared in 27 matches last season, has appeared in every match so far this year. And we'll see what the officials will see. Again, what we were talking about, I thought it got tipped here on our near sideline. We had a pretty good advantage point of it. But this is a big point. This could sway the set.
Yeah, the Eagles, I think it's going to go towards UC. I definitely think they're going to reverse this call.
I agree. It's a 5-point game right now, but this will be a big point for the Cats, who they've really just been struggling for most of this first set to get any kind of momentum. Every time they get a point, they make some kind of error. The Eagles have a good kill that kind of just defeats it immediately. But
yeah, they need to get going on a run so they can cut this lead in half and maybe even take over before this set point comes on.
Officials still talking about it at the scores table. We'll see if Coach Alvey's challenge will work out. Morehead State's coach is Coach Kristen Becker McBride. It's only her second season as head coach. She was a longtime assistant for the Eagles since all the way back in 2015 when she graduated from Morehead State. Officials still talking about it. It's been a long discussion here. But the Cats really have to get this first set if they want to try to capture this win tonight. We talked about it pregame, even off air, that we were expecting a big Cincinnati win tonight, but so far it's not looked too hot by the Bearcats, and they're going to give the point to Morehead State anyway. So that's very surprising. I thought they got tipped. I know we both did, but Morehead State will keep the point. So it's 21-16 Eagles. Sydney Sennett will send it over. And it's starting to get pretty tight now for the Cats here in this first set. And it gets blocked again. That's an unbelievable play over there by Holland Everett, the 6'3" outside hitter. And now Cincinnati will call a timeout. Eagles up 22-16 in this first set, and it's not looking good. Just seems like the Bearcats have been getting even like out they're getting out physicality almost a little bit, it seems like, especially on that last play.
Yeah, you can definitely see them getting down on themselves. They need to get a point to get back up and get a run going to take over these Morehead State.
Well, it seems like they've already had 7 or 8 blocks that have resulted in points just this set, but quick timeout by Coach Alvin for Cincinnati that they have to start getting into desperation mode here in this first set. Of course, that first set's so important. Trying to get that first one towards 3, but 20 seconds left in the timeout as the Bearcats will block out. Morehead State already on the floor ready to go, and now the Bearcats will come out. So here we go, 22-16 Eagles lead here in the first set tonight at 5th third. Cats have some of their leaders out there. I already see 3 seniors out there on the front line. Sigmund's still out there though, the true freshman, as well as Faith Frame on that far sideline. And now Sennett will send it over once again. 22-16 Eagles lead. High arcing serve. They're going to get it over to Walker. She gets it. Morehead State contains it. They'll put it over the net, but they can't get it over. So Cincinnati will get a point back. 22-17 they lead. Or they're behind, excuse me. New Cat substitution. Sydney Nolan will check back in. 6'4" outside hitter. She's had a lot of action tonight. And now Leffler, the center, will serve it over for the Cats, down 22-17. Isley for Morehead State gets it up. Sennett got it over, but now Frame over to Nolan, and she gets it in right in front of the Morehead State defender, and it's 22-18. Sydney Nolan gets another kill, one of the leaders in kills in this young season, just 9 games played. Now maybe some momentum possibly for the Cats. 22-18 is our score. Morehead State over. Good dig there by Sigmund. Back to Walker, and it goes out, and that's another kill by Cincinnati, and it's 22-19. So the Cats starting to get it back. That was Glending on our near sideline with the kill. So Glending, Walker, and Washington on that front line for the Cats. Isley gets it up. There's Everett. Good kill, though, by the Cats. They'll contain it and send it over without a real opportunity. Now the Eagles set up. Big time block, though, by the Bearcats. Everett back over to Boomer. Washington gets it up to Abby Walker. And what a rally here. Eagles send it back over. Heffler over to Faith Frame. Faith Frame over to Walker. Isley contains it, though. Great back and forth here on this point. Heffler sends it up. Walker again, and it goes out. And Morehead State will get the point. Or no, excuse me, it got tipped, so that goes to the Bearcats, 22-20. Great rally, and now Morehead State will call timeout. Good call out there. I did not see that. Well, just like that, Cats got a lot more momentum. It's a 2-point game here in this first set. That's, I believe, 3 points in a row. Abby Walker launches her second kill in a row, and now a 2-point game. What do you think they're talking about in the huddle right now? They've made it a 2-point game just like that. You know, they've made some adjustments, haven't made many mistakes since coming out of that timeout. What do you think Coach Albert's telling the Cats right now in a 2-point game?
Definitely to keep setting Walker with how she's hitting that ball right now and the past 2 hits and Morehead not being able to dig it up. I definitely think she's telling them to keep setting her because that is where to go right now with getting points up and racking them up on Morehead State.
You know, Walker, second kill in a row, but she has been busy. Her as well as Glending have been the 2 leaders all year in kills, but they have been active tonight. 2-point game and this Morehead State timeout in this first set, but it's getting close down to the wire here in the first set. It's kind of been a tale of 2 stories in this first set. The Morehead's been containing the lead for pretty much the whole set, but it seems like the Bearcats have gotten a little bit of momentum back after the last couple of points. So here come the Cats once again. Helfler will get her 4th serve in a row. Sydney Nolan in there, as well as Glending and Washington once again on that front line for the Cats, who they have been working well the last couple of points. Morehead State trying to get one back, though. Over, and what a dig by Frame, but she could not get it over to Abby Walker to put it up, and it's another point for Morehead State. 23-20 now for Morehead State. So now Fitzgerald will serve for the Eagles. And now it's desperation time for the Cats, getting it really close to match point. Oops. Frame point now. Cats over to Walker. She'll send it over. Good dig by Isley. Frame digs it for the Cats, though. Back over to Walker. Good block by the Eagles, but she'll put it right back over. Sydney Nolan will get the kill. And it's a 2-point game just like that. Abby Walker will now, Carly Glending will serve it for the Cats. 2-point game. Clean serve, Isley contains it. Back over, Boomer over, and a great dig by Faith Frame, but a second chance opportunity for Morehead State. They get the point, and it is now 24-21, and just like that, it is the first frame. The Eagles are 1 point away from securing it. Isley, the libero, will serve it over for the Eagles. 24-21 is our score. Cincinnati over to Glending, and she'll get a point back for the Cats. 24-22. And now Faith Frame, one of the best servers on this team, will serve. So 2-point game. A lot of the Morehead State crowd standing up now. They are very close to securing the first set. And now that'll be an ace by Faith Frame. So just like that, 1-point game. 24-23. here in this first set. So Faith Frame, a lot of pressure on the true freshman here in a one-point game, trying to tie this one up. Frame sends it over. Isley contains it. Morehead State for the kill. Good dig by Frame. Back over there, Sydney Nolan. It gets tipped around. Morehead State will just have to put it over. Good dig. Frame sets it up. And that'll go way out of play. Isley could not control it. And it's another dig or kill by Stewart. The 6'3" outside hitter ties it up. 24-24 is our score now in the first frame. All tied up for Faith Frame. She'll send it over for the third time in a row. Morehead State gets tipped around, but it'll go out in favor of the Eagles. 25-24. Morehead State leads once again. So back and forth we go in this first set, and now it is Morehead State serve up one. And that'll be Boomer to serve for the Eagles. So set point here for the Eagles. They'll send it over. Good dig for the Cats, trying to get one back here. And that's blocked out of play, and the Cats get one back. So 25-25. Sydney Nolan with the kill. And we are tied up once again. It'll be the Bearcats serve now, as Nolan will go to serve after the kill. 25-25. Nolan sends it over for the Cats, and it'll go out. So Morehead State will get a free point after the error by Nolan. And now Morehead State once again has set point. And now Hargan, one of the leaders of this team for the Eagles, will get the serve. 26-25, the Eagles lead. Desperation time for the Cats in this first set. They'll send it over. Frame digs it. They're looking over there for Nolan, and it's a great kill. 26-26, and we are all tied up again. So here we go. Cincinnati continues to claw their way out of this first set. And now it looks like Whitehead will serve for the second time in this first set. She'll send it over. Just gets over the net. Eagles, perfect setup. And that's an easy kill by Sydney Wyman. For the Eagles, it's 27-26. And again, Morehead State takes a 1-point lead. So Wyman got the kill. Now she will go to serve. 1-point game. Wyman sends it over. Frame, good dig over to Abby Walker. Great second chance by Nolan. Morehead State tries to get something going, but it gets tipped around out of play, and Cincy will get the point back. So 27-27, what a first set here tonight to start it off. And now Cincinnati will have a chance to reclaim the lead. Abby Walker, who has been very active, she will go to serve for the Cats. 27-27 in the first set here tonight in non-conference volleyball. Abby Walker sends it over for the Cats. Kind of a wobbly dig by Morehead State. Good dig for the Cats. All the way over to Nolan. She'll just send it over conservatively. Isley all the way over to Beverett. She'll dig it away for Cincinnati. Back to Abby Walker, and it goes out of play. And the Cats reclaim the lead for the first time since it was 4-3 in this first set. And now Morehead State will call timeout. 28-27 Cats. And man, it has been a back and forth competition in this first set. The Cats finally take the lead back. Let's just hope that they can finish it off. So Morehead State timeout. It's been the leaders of this front line in the outside hitters for Cincinnati. It's been Carly Glending, Abby Walker. They've been all over the floor and really have sparked this comeback, as Cincinnati was down 6 with about 4 points to go, but they have seemed to have reclaimed the lead here. 28-27. Morehead State quick timeout. They're back on the floor. Cincinnati still has plenty of time to talk about it. in a very close first set here in tonight's non-conference match. Great setup on that last point, though. Carly Glending got it just over the net in front of those Eagles blockers as I'm looking at the replay. There's also been some great digs by that back line for the Bearcats. Faith Frame has been all over the floor, especially with those two very important serves when it was pretty much down to the wire, but now they'll break out. Cats back on the floor. Carly Glending will serve for the Cats. 28-27, they lead, and a chance to claim a victory in the first set here. Glending sends it over. Morehead State trying to get something going, gets blocked away, and it goes out. So Morehead State will get the point back. 28-28. Faith Frame checks back in for Glending. Now a new Eagle to serve here. It's Wellborn. 28-28 here in the first set. Morehead State got the point back, so we're all square once again. They'll get it over. Cincinnati digs way over, and that's a great kill. Unbelievable play. And there's Glending once again getting up and right in front of the net. Then Cincinnati takes a 29-28 lead in front of Morehead State. So now Heffler will send it over for the Cats. Morehead State trying to get something going. Great dig by the Cats. She'll help put it in play. Frame trying to get it back after the great save, but it's 29 apiece. Once again, this first set has been full of action. We are still tied, 29-29. And now Morehead State will serve again. Herb Lazda for the Eagles, just gets it over the net. Good dig by Cincinnati all the way over to Abby Walker, and it gets blocked, but right in front of their net. Cincinnati gets the point, 30-29, Bearcats. So now Sydney Nolan will go to serve for the Cats, and maybe can finally wrap up this first set. She'll put it over the net. Isley contains it for the Eagles. Right in front of the net, Everett puts it over. Good dig by Frame. All the way past. On the other side, it's Walker. She cannot get it to go. All the way over. Cincinnati contains it again. Blocked away, but it hit the net. And that interference went out. And Morehead State gets the point again. 30-30 in this first set. And now Isley, who has struggled to serve the ball for the Eagles, will go to serve it again. She gets it over cleanly this time. All the way near sideline. Glending couldn't get it. Eagles will just put it barely over. Good dig. Frame will set up. Walker on that near sideline. Gets poked away again. Back and forth they go. Great dig by Faith Frame. Back over to Glending. Morehead State puts it back over. Good rally here. Cincinnati contains it back. They'll get it back over to Walker. Walker, good dig by Cincinnati after the block. Back over to Sigmund. Sigmund puts it over. It's blocked away. Isley digs it away. Throws it up. Frame contains it for the Cats. They reset formation. Gets it over to Walker. She puts it up. Blocked away by Morehead State. Back and forth they go. Puts it over and then finally goes down for a Morehead State kill. Wow, that was a crazy point. Back and forth they went. But Morehead State has seemed to capture all the momentum back, and now they are a point away for claiming the first set. Isley will go to serve again, 31-30, Eagles lead. The Morehead State crowd on their feet once again, trying to claim a big first set, but Cincy will call a timeout before they can serve once again. And man, that sucks. Back and forth on that last point. You looked like you had a chance to get a big point there. A lot of good digs, a lot of good sets, but it did not work out in the Cats' favor. But now down one. You know, you can't make any errors here if you're Cincinnati. You have to try to get a point back, but if Morehead State captures this first set, it would seem it's going to be hard for the Cats to come back in the second and third set to try to get a point back. But, I mean, you have to agree that the Cats have looked a lot better in this last kind of 10 points where they've just been working well together. They've been getting the ball to their hitters, and it seems like they've just been working better as a team.
So much better. If they would have been playing like this definitely towards the beginning of the game, I think we would have secured the game at 25 points and not been going back and forth right now. But it's good to see the Cats playing like we know they can right now, and hopefully they can keep that up throughout the game and secure this first set.
They're playing a lot better here in the second half of this first set as it's 31-30. It has been a crazy first set here in Fifth Third Arena. We still have not finished, and now both teams will break out of their timeouts. 31-30, Morehead State leads with a chance to claim the first set. It would be a big one for the Eagles. Cincinnati breaks out. It'll be Isley serving once again for the Eagles. 31-30 they lead here in the first set. We have went back and forth. There's already been 5 lead changes in this first set. Isley will set up the serve now. She'll send it over, and it goes right into the net. Big time error for the Eagles, though. She sends it into the net for the 3rd time in this set. Isley, the senior, the 5'6" senior out of Westfield, Indiana, could not get it over the net. So now Faith Frame, the Cincinnati's libero, will have a chance to get a point back. She'll send it over. Clean setup for Morehead State. There was some confusion there by the Eagles. They're going to give the point to the Bearcats, and it looks like Morehead State is going to challenge the call, I believe. Yes, they will. So they will challenge it. As of now, Cincinnati has a 1-point lead. It was a little bit of a weird play on our far sideline. We'll have to see if they show a replay on the big screen here, and they will. It's kind of hard to tell if it got that line. I'm not going to lie, this looks like Morehead State point.
It definitely looks like it's going to be Morehead State point. It looks like it hit that line. And as we all know, if it hits the line, it's in. So I think it's going to go Morehead's way.
We'll have to see, though, because that first challenge, we thought it was going to be Cincinnati's point.
Yep, and we were wrong. They proved us wrong,
yeah,
so we will have to see.
Hopefully they prove us wrong again. This time it would be in favor of the Cats. But this is a big point when you have to win by 2. And this would be a big point for the Cats, especially if you have one of their best servers. And they're going to give the point to Morehead State. So they will go up 32-31. And now the Cats, again, down 1. Set point now once again. So that was a big call there by the officials. Number 11 will be Brenna Boomer, serving once again for the Eagles, trying to end this set. And a mistake, though, by the Cats. Heffler could not get it up after the dig, and Morehead State will claim the first set in this opening match. They will go up 1-0 on the Cats. Again, though, errors, lots of errors all around, but the Cats seem to play a lot better there at the end of the second set. But we will take a quick media timeout. Stay right with us here on Bearcast Media.
welcome back to the Cincinnati and Morehead State game. It looks like we have a new player out there for Cincinnati, number 8, Williams. All right, set 1 was not too good for UC. What do you think, Jack, that we need to do for UC to be able to win this set and come out top?
Well, the Cats already down 1 set. It's going to be hard for them to try to recapture momentum, but they have to get this second one. And it's going to be important. They have to keep playing like they did at the end of the first set, where they're getting good communication. They're putting the ball over the net very, very efficiently. But I think the main thing for the Cats is that you have to get the ball in your upperclassmen's hands. And they did a good job, though, there at the end when they were in desperation mode, getting it to Abby Walker and Glending and letting Faith Frame serve. But they're going to have to win this set using their experience.
For sure, I definitely agree with that. Faith Frame up to serve over the net to Morehead State. Big block by UC's number 21. And a great hit by UC's Nolan over the net. Morehead State, nice angle, great dig by our freshman Faith Frame. Nice block by Morehead, but great dig by UC. Back over the net to Morehead State. Ooh, and Morehead State put it down on UC. Point Morehead, 1-0.
We've kind of seen that a lot with Morehead State, where they've getting double chance opportunities, putting the ball over really fast, and that was just a good kill. UC could not respond fast enough.
Inslee over the net. She's had a couple service errors the first set. Ooh, great kill by number 21, Stewart. She had 3 kills in the first set, so we're hoping to see more of her in this second set with her first kill. Up to serve, we have number 2, Sydney Nolan, over the net to Morehead State. Big block, great dig by Nolan. Faith Frame setting it up for number 21 over the net. Great dig by Faith Frame, huge kill. Over the net by another dig by Nolan. Faith Frame sets it up again, over the net. We have a great rally going on here. These teams are both fighting for this point right now. And a great kill by number 21, Fallon Stewart, for the point for UC. Just 2-1 UC right now.
Another great point by UC, and it really was all set up by the true freshman Faith Frame, getting all over the court, getting lots of great digs to set it up there for Stewart.
Yeah, 2 straight digs in that last point. Let's see if she can do it again. Sydney Nolan up for the hit, and it took right off the block. Point Bearcats. That was a great hit from Sydney Nolan right off the block for her to be able to go back to the service line. All right, Nolan up to serve. And just out by Morehead State. Nolan will be back to serve. This is her 3rd serve in a row. This is a great run by UC, getting up early, just like we have mentioned earlier, that UC needs to make these runs early in the game to be able to get these sets under them. Great serve by Nolan right over the net. Another dig by Nolan. She is on top of it. Faith Frame with a great dig from a block. And Fallon Stewart with a hit off of the block. Just nice touch. 5-1 UC. This
is exactly what the Cats were hoping to do here in the second set. They've already jumped down to a 5-1 lead here in the second set. Stewart has been all over the floor so far.
Stewart and Nolan for sure are really sticking out this set between the digs, hits, and just getting it off the blocks. Morehead State point. Nolan tried to get to that ball, couldn't quite get to it. 5-2 Bearcats. Couple substitutes for Morehead State. We will have their setter, number 11, Boomer, back to serve. Great up for UC. And just out by Stewart. That was a nice up and a nice set for her, but she just hit it a little out. She needs to get more on top of that ball.
Yeah, I agree. And for Cincy, you got to maintain this lead. Morehead State led for a lot of that first set. So make sure that you're maintaining the lead. Don't get too cute here in the first set as there's another point.
That was an ace for Boomer.
Morehead State gets another one. It's a 1-point game. But if you're Cincinnati, just make sure that you can stay on top for most of this set. That's what Morehead State did great in the first set.
Boomer back to serve again from Morehead State. Over to Faith Frame. She digs it up. Nice tip over by number 24, Walker. Great swing by Stewart. And just out by Morehead State. I think they're going to challenge it. And she does. Morehead State is putting the challenge in. Let's see how this goes for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I thought that was in. It kind of went off of
it for sure looked in.
The official. We'll have to see, but I think it might have definitely got that line at least.
Yeah, I'm thinking this one's going to go Morehead's way. UC needs to keep this lead up early, though, to make sure they can get this set and to go to 4 sets. With Morehead State being up 1 set, we really hoping could go to 4 sets.
Yeah, they haven't looked too bad to start this second set.
Not at all, not at all. Nolan and Walker.
Absolutely.
And Stewart. Stewart's been absolutely killing the ball. And the point goes to Morehead State. That was another successful challenge by Morehead State's coach. So that'll be 5-5. Tie game here. We have Boomer back again to serve. Oh, just right over the net. Faith Frame almost got there, but just missed the pancake.
That's kind of a lucky serve there by the Eagles, but now the Eagles reclaim their lead, their first of the second set. So if you're Cincy, you got to limit the damage here, try to get the serve back.
Boomer back again to serve. Just in. Faith Frame almost got to it, but second guessed herself. Morehead State now up 7-5.
A little bit of hesitation there by the freshman Faith Frame, one of the
by Boomer at the service line. Hopefully UC can cut it out. Ooh, big kill by UC's number 24, Walker. We have a couple substitutions for UC here. We got number 30 coming in and number 4 blending. Hopefully she can get UC going. She had a great first set. And back to serve, we have number 30 for UC, Whittakind. That was a great serve. Morehead digs it up. Ooh, nice hit from Morehead. Couldn't get to the ball. Morehead State point 8-6 Morehead. UC needs to get going on a run here to gain back this lead against Morehead State. They had Boomer go on a good run. They now have the ball back, serving it up with number 5, Hargan, with an ace on UC. 9-5, 9-6, my fault, Morehead State. Hargan back to the service line again. We will see if she can get 2 aces in a row or if UC Bearcats can put a stop to her. Right over Faith Frame, digs that serve up, over to 24, out, just out by Walker. That was a great, oh, it looks like UC's gonna challenge it. And they do, UC is challenging this. That was a hard angle to see. I'm not sure where this challenge is gonna go.
I couldn't really tell if it got tipped because I'm sure that's the argument here.
I wonder if they're trying to see if it got tipped or if it's just in. But either way, it was still hard to tell. I'm not sure which way this is going to go.
See if they're going to show a replay. I'm not.
It was originally Morehead State's point. If UC challenging it. Doesn't look like they're showing us a review. But UC needs to get back on top. They're making too many errors just at themselves as a team and nothing that the other team is doing. So they really just need to get back on top here for this set.
Yeah, they're kind of going back to what they started the first set with, is what they just kept making little mistakes and it started to build up. But
it's still early in this set, so they need to come back out up top, because later in the game it's real hard to get back up like we saw in the first set.
Only down 4, so they're definitely in striking distance here. But
for sure, we need to go on a little run, just like Morehead State did with Boomer. All right, challenge successful for Cincinnati. We have point Cincinnati, and it looks like we have a new player for Cincinnati coming in. We have Williams, number 8, big middle hitter for us. Hopefully she can get us going with this second set.
So the challenge was successful. It did get tipped, so that's a good challenge by Coach Alvey.
9-7 Cincinnati, Morehead State. Good block by Cincinnati. They send it back over. Ooh, good hit by number 4. Great dig by Leffler. Glending sends it over with a free ball. Morehead State returns it with a hit. Great dig by and Morehead State just dug up Glending's hit for Leffler at the net, trying to get that ball over. Glending sends it over with a tip. Morehead State's tip is out, and the point goes to the Bearcats, 9-8 Cincinnati.
Great rally there by the Cats, and they managed to get the point to bring it back to a 1-point game. So Faith Frame will go out here for the Cats, but that's a big point.
For sure. Hopefully we can go on a little run here with Walker serving. Nice serve over to Morehead, and just out for Morehead State. Point Bearcats, 9-9. We have a tie game here. UC has come their way back, just like we said, and I think they can take it away with Walker serving. She needs to go on a little run here. Walker up to serve over to Morehead State. Good pass, good hit for Morehead State. UC couldn't dig that up. It's 10-9 Morehead. UC had a nice little run there. They're definitely playing much better. Just need to keep on that track for sure.
For sure, keep the momentum up. Make sure to try to get those points back for the Cats, but do not let Morehead State start to build on that lead.
Wyman serving for Morehead State. Glending tried to get that ball over, just blocked by Morehead, 11-9 Morehead. Wyman back to serve again for Morehead State. Over to Faith Frame, nice dig. A nice hit by Glending. They dig that up. Middle for Morehead, nice dig by Faith Frame. They're gonna go, Nolan just hits it out. That was a good rally. UC looked real good there. Nolan just hit it a little out.
Good rally, some good digs by Faith Frame once again, but since he just couldn't quite get the point, and Morehead State now leads by 3.
Seems like we're starting to see a pattern here. UC going back and forth with these little runs. We need to start getting on top, and Glending with a nice hit. Morehead barely dug that up. Ooh, right off the block of Williams for Morehead State point, 14-9. Timeout UC, trying to recoup themselves. We are down 4 points. Once again, like I said, it feels like this is just a pattern we are starting to follow. We need to get the head of the game with already down 1 set.
Morehead State starting to build on that lead, which that's not good for UC. We saw it in that first set. When they got behind, they almost gave it up, and they actually did bring it back, and they fought in that first set. But now Morehead State starting to get the momentum. They're up 4 now. If you're Cincy, you have to try to start getting some kills. Obviously, we saw it at the end of that first set where they got their leaders on their team up, and they got them good sets for the kills. But Morehead State right now just playing better volleyball.
All right, we got 30 seconds left of this University of Cincinnati timeout. They really need to come out with Glending hitting big. She really put them up in that first set, getting them some big points. She's been trying to get them some points out here, but the blocks for Morehead State are pretty big out there and pretty good defense, but Faith Frame is also getting some pretty good digs. So we should see how this set continues to go for the Bearcats.
Well, it's my first volleyball game in person. Everything I read about Faith Frame has been true so far. Big 12 Freshman of the Week last week, and she has just been all over the court tonight, and she's been setting up a lot of her teammates for some good points, and hopefully she can continue to do that for the Cats tonight. But it's going to be really cool to see her as the season moves on, how she can progress as a player, especially going up against tougher teams in the Big 12.
For sure. We have Wyman back again to serve for Morehead State out of this timeout. Faith Frame with a nice dig outside to Glending with a very nice hit, point UC 13-10. Just like I was talking about, that's exactly what we need from Glending to get UC back up. We need those big hits right outside of the blocks. We have Leffler back to serve for the Bearcats, right over the net. Tip, nice dig by Faith Frame, and they just couldn't get it over. That looked like miscommunication for UC right there. Faith Frame got that dig, and nobody could talk after that to get it back over.
It's happened a couple of times tonight where Faith Frame has gotten some good digs, but her teammates haven't been able to get the ball up, and Morehead State is starting to build on that lead, just like I said, 4 points now here in the second set.
Send it from Morehead to serve. We have Nolan sending that ball back over. That Morehead digged. Leffler with a dig. Frame setting up Glending with a kill. 14-11 Morehead. That was a great kill by Glending. That 2 in the past couple points. We need her to keep that up. Glending back to serve now for the Bearcats. That was a very nice serve to the libero for Morehead State. Tip ball dug up by UC. Glending with a hit from back row with a kill. Nice point. Man, she is really, really showing out this set.
She has been. That was a good kill. Right over the net, just too much speed for the Eagles to be able to contain the ball, and good point there by UC.
Yeah, Glending back to serve again. They need to keep setting her with how she's hitting, and they're not able to dig her points. And an ace for Glending. She is really putting the UC Bearcats up top today. Back again to serve. This is her this is 3 points in a row for UC. Hopefully they can keep this run going. This is just what they needed. Glending serves, and it's up. Morehead was able to dig that one up. Ooh, and a nice hit from Morehead's Wagenstall. And it is 15-13 Morehead. Glending will be going out. And Gillespie will be coming in for her back row. She had a very nice run front row and serving to get the UC Bearcats within 2. Morehead back to serve with Fitzgerald. Faith Frame digs that serve up. We got Nolan back, got blocked on that hit. And nice kill by Stewart for the point for Bearcats, 15-14 Morehead.
Since he's made it a 1-point game, it's going to be interesting to see with Gillespie and Frame back there in the back row, both 2 true freshmen for the Cats, how they perform. But a good point there now. Faith Frame will be the server.
Faith Frame sends that ball over. Nice serve to the middle of Morehead State, and our blocks just right off University of Cincinnati's blocks. Morehead State point, 16-14. That was a nice block for University of Cincinnati. They just couldn't get it back over. Isley for Morehead back to serve, and that is another service error. That is her 4th one on the day today.
She's had some costly mistakes at the service line for the Eagles, and now Cincinnati has a chance to tie this up. 16-15, Eagles lead by 1.
Nolan back to serve. She sends that over. Great serve. Morehead hits it out. Point UC. Nolan way back to serve at the service line. 16-16. We got a tie game. UC has brought their way back. Nolan up at the service line to serve, and she sends it on over. Ooh, overpass by Morehead State, and Stewart sends it back over for a point for UC, puts them back up 17-16. Timeout, Morehead State. Wow, we got UC brought themselves back up 17-16. Glending for sure, and Stewart, they definitely, with their serves and kills, brought the UC Bearcats back up. They need to keep this run going to secure set 2 to send it to 4 sets.
Just like what we said they needed to do in this second set. They come back down 4. They've reclaimed the lead now, and with just a couple more points to go in this second set, let's see if the Cats can claim this second set. Such a crucial set at this point in the match. And the Cats only up 1, though. They have to try to build on this lead.
Got the cheerleaders out here doing some pretty fancy moves over here, swinging each other around. Got 40 seconds left about in this timeout. UC really just needs to stick out up top with, it was Nolan back to serve, correct? Nolan up to serve, yes, Nolan. But she was actually a transfer from UNC, and she was named the ACC All-Freshman team in 2023. So she's played in 18 matches. She's a great addition to this UC team. Excited to see where she will go through this season. Along with Frame, she has really, really just shown out herself tonight. Our libero, true freshman. I can't wait to see how she does with UC, especially all 4 years. Nolan back to serve again for UC out of this timeout. We are up 1 point.
Definitely a lot of talent on this roster all around for the Cats. It'll just be interesting how they use it this year in their second year in the Big 12.
For sure, serve over for Nolan. Big hit by number 8 Wyman for Morehead State. Tie game once again. Seems like UC's brought back another person back to the back line so that they can get this service ball. Over for Morehead State. That was a nice upset for Frame, but Stewart just got blocked by Morehead State with 18-17 Morehead. UC cannot let Morehead go on a run again.
And back and forth they go once again. We saw this in the first set. They went up to the 30s. We'll have to see how this set ends with it being a 1-point game right now.
Nice dig for Frame, and Stewart with a great hit. Morehead State just got that up, and they send it back over. Nice middle hit for Walker. Nice block. Nice block. Stewart got that block over there. That's what we need to see more of if UC wants to win this set. It is 18-18. We have a tie game over here. Glending is back in for the Bearcats. Excited to see what she's going to do in the rest of this set. UC serves it up. Big block by UC's number 24, Walker, but Morehead sends it back over. Going outside to Glending, and she has a huge hit. Point for UC, 19-18. Just like I was saying, I'm excited to see what Glending can do. She is just doing phenomenal during this set and really putting UC up above.
That front line for the Bearcats have been doing really well in this second set, just like they did at the end of the first set, continuing to apply that pressure to the Eagles.
Serve over for UC. Nice block by Glending and Walker. That's great teammate. Oh, just off of Nolan for point Morehead. 19-19, we are tied up all again. We have Hargan back from Morehead State up to serve. Along with Faith Frame, Nolan in the back row for UC. And it is up and just over the net. Faith Frame tried to get to it, but just couldn't. It is 2019 Morehead State. Now that was a lucky serve, hitting right off the net. And Faith Frame almost got to it, but missed it just by a little bit. Up to serve for Morehead State. Nice pass by Faith Frame. Over to Walker, and she kills that ball down line. Point for UC, 2020 tie game. And we are starting to go back and forth again, just like we did in that first set.
Good kill by Walker there. We're now tying at 20. And it's our serve, so let's see if they can try to make some magic happen here.
Walker up to serve, and she gets an ace. Ace for Walker. That is exactly what we needed to put UC up 21-20 in this second set. Walker back to serve again. Let's see if she can do this ace one more time. And the serve is over. That was a nice serve. Morehead tough to get it up as well. And Morehead did a tip. That was out. Point for UC, 22-20 UC.
UC starting to pull ahead a little bit, up 2 now.
Starting to. We got a timeout out here from Morehead State. UC, you can see their energy is really starting to just lighten up around here, getting these extra points and getting ahead of the game. 3 points away from taking this set. If they take this set, we go to 4 sets tonight.
It's a big set for the Cats. We said that they had to get this one to make this a ball game here tonight, but they're doing a good job in the last couple of points, applying the pressure, making sure that they don't give away that lead. They're up 2 right now. So just need 3 more points to capture the second set. But the Eagles, as we know, they're a resilient team. They can try to get back in this one.
Yeah, hopefully UC can start to get their game up with going into conference play after this week. We need to make sure we are on top of our game going into conference play, because Big 12 conference is not an easy conference at all.
Well, you just can't make the mistakes, some of the mistakes that they've made tonight when you're playing against a quality opponent. Like Morehead State, you might be able to get away with some of those because they can make some mistakes of their own, but whenever you go on the road, especially to some of the bigger Big 12 schools, they're going to make you pay for it. So these games right here, especially these next 2 against Morehead State, are a good test for this team.
For sure. We got Walker serving again for UC right out of this timeout. She had her ace her first serve, and then UC got to secure the point for her second serve for her to be able to serve again. And she got the ball up and over. Morehead State's returning the ball with a nice hit, and Walker tried to dig it but couldn't get it. We have Faith Frame going back in for Walker. And Walker will go out.
Good
she
catch.
had a nice run there.
Good catch over there by Ethan Herzog, a fellow Bearcast Media member. Over there, he's doing the ESPN Plus game of this tonight, but I saw that over there by him.
That was an awesome hit by Glending. Just over, and great dig by Nolan. Over to Glending again, and she just got that tip right over the net. That was a great spot for her, and point UC 23-21. 2 points away from the set for the Bearcats. We have Leffler back to serve for the UC Bearcats. And the ball is up and over to Morehead State. With their hit just out with a point for UC. It is set point for the Bearcats, 24-21. 1 more point for UC to score this set. I think we can do it. We got Leffler back to serve for UC. And the ball is over. Awesome. And big block for UC's number 8, Williams. That will secure this set for UC. We are 1-1 here. We will be going to 4 sets tonight. And we are going to take a media break while we wait for set 3. We'll see you in a minute.
And we are back here for the UC Women's Volleyball game against Morehead State, both at 1 apiece here going into the third set here tonight on Thursday night. But a great second set by the Lady Bearcats. In that second set, they claimed just by a couple points, but a lot better than that first one where we saw a lot of mistakes by the Cats. They seem to have cleaned it up and adjusted just a little bit. Let's see if they can carry that on to the third set. So the Cats will be on our far end once again. 1-1, both these teams tied up at 1 set apiece. But Faith Frame, once again, Sydney Nolan, Abby Walker, they all looked great in that second set. They need to continue that to try to claim that crucial second set in a 1-1 match. And what are some adjustments you saw, at least while you were calling that second set, that you saw from the Bearcats that looked a lot better than the first set?
For sure, setting their hitters that they know are going to get them points. Nolan and Glending really put them up above the Morehead State Eagles this last set. Their kills and their serves, they got them on a couple runs to get them going. You could definitely tell the Bearcats' energy was a lot better this past set, and that goes towards their points, and you could see that a lot for sure. So I hope they keep that energy up in this third set.
I also think that they did a lot better of not getting too down in that one. I know they were only down by a couple throughout this set, as Morehead State will get it started here in the third set. Faith Frame had a little bit of a wobbly dig there, but she'll set it over for Morehead State. In the middle for the Eagles, that'll get down for a point, and that is number 16, Irene Wagenstall. For the Eagles, they'll go up 1-0 early, but for the Bearcats, you have to try to keep going back and forth with this Eagles team. Both these teams pretty evenly matched so far tonight from what I've seen, and now Fitzgerald will serve it now for the Eagles. Gets right over the net. Bearcats contain it all the way over for Walker. Walker has it tipped around, and she'll get the kill. Morehead State couldn't quite get it in the air. Abby Walker gets her first kill of the third set. She'll also go out to serve. It's 1-1, Bearcats and Eagles.
Walker was also a huge part in winning that second set, so I hope to see her continue that as well.
She's looked good as of recent. She'll now get her first serve of this third set. She'll send it over for the Cats. Good serve there. Put back in play for the Cincinnati. In the middle, there's Williams. She could not quite get it down. Morehead State will contain it. Just Cats cannot quite get it over the net. And Morehead State will take their first lead of the third set. Faith Frame will check back in for Abby Walker. So now Isley will come out to serve for the Eagles. She's had a couple mistakes in this one. Faith Frame digs it out to Heffler. Heffler all the way over there for Sydney Nolan, and Isley could not quite contain it, and the Bearcats have tied it up at 2 apiece. Carly Glending with the kill. Once again, the team leader in kills has been apparent to why she leads that category. Already a couple here tonight. Heffler will send it over for the Cats. Isley contains it. And that'll be a violation against Morehead State. So the Bearcats reclaim the lead at 3-2. Heffler will send it over for the Cats. 3-2, they lead it here in the third set. 1 apiece between those two teams. Isley all the way over for Hargan. Heffler up to Walker, and Sydney Nolan gets the kill. 4-2, Cats lead it here in the third set. Already a 2-point lead as Heffler will go for her second serve of the third set. Heffler sends it over. Kind of a deep serve, and it quite goes right over that boundary line, and that'll be a service error right there for Heffler. It's 4-3. Williams checks back in for UC. Now some changes for Morehead State. Boomer will come in as well as Wellborn. And now Boomer will go out, the new sub, to serve for the Eagles. 4-3, the Cats lead. Boomer sends it right over the net. Good serve. Good dig by Faith. Nolan just puts it right over. Faith frame, another great dig. Hafler, other side to Walker, and it gets tipped. Regardless, she hit the net violation. 4-4, the tie game now.
I'm excited to see Faith Frame back out there getting that many digs. I feel like she kind of went back a little in set 2. You didn't see her as much, starting to get as many digs as she was that first set.
Yeah, whenever she's playing well, the whole team starts to succeed. That's another dig over there by Faith. Walker just sends it over. Morehead State in the middle gets tipped by a UC defender, and that'll be a kill by number 5. It's Hargan, the team leader in kills, gets a point, and Morehead State reclaims the lead. 5-4. Boomer sets to serve once again. She'll send it over the net. Frame sends it to Heffler. Heffler in the middle. Williams just has to kind of hesitantly put up the ball. It goes way out of bounds. Another error, some bad communication by the Bearcats once again, and Morehead State takes a 2-point lead.
This seems to be where UC kind of falls back a little, is with Boomer serving in this lineup for UC.
She's been crucial to the Eagles' success so far in this third set, but right as I say that, she'll send it out of bounds, and the Bearcats get a free point. 6-5 is our score now. Stewart, who was big in that second set, will check in for the Bearcats. And that'll go out of bounds. So Glending was the server for the Cats, but she'll send it just outside on that far sideline. And now Hargan will serve for the Eagles. 7-5 they lead here in the third set. One apiece here at Fifth Third Arena. Hargan, a couple kills already tonight. Gillespie checks in for the Cats, the true freshman. Far sideline for Walker. She couldn't quite get it. Morehead State puts it over. And right in front of the net, that was Wyman. No one was home. Heffler was the nearest Bearcat, but she just puts it right over the net for a free kill. 8-5, Morehead State leads. Hargan serving once again for the Eagles. 8-5. And she serves it right into the net. Another error by the Eagles, and it's a 6-8 game. So Williams checks out. Abby Walker will check back in for the Cats. And now Faith Frame will go back to serve for the Bearcats. Her first time serving in this third set. Frame puts it right over the net to the other libero, Aisley. Back over, and that's a great kill by Wellborn. And another point by the Eagles. 9-6 they lead now. And now Wyman will be back to serve for the Eagles. 3-point lead here in the third set. Wyman sends it over the net. Gillespie, great dig on that far sideline. Walker sends it over. Tipped by Frame. She'll put it back over, and that'll be in for a Bearcats point. And it looks like the Morehead State coach is going to challenge. She picks up the card, and she will, in fact, head over to the official. And they are going to challenge once again. They have been successful in their challenges so far tonight. Looks like her argument was that the ball did not go in. We'll have to see on the board if that is the case. Morehead State containing the lead for most of this third set. It's been kind of a reoccurring pattern through the first three sets of tonight's match. Morehead State kind of jumps out early, hangs on to it, and Cincy kind of crawls back in the last couple of points. But Cincy at this point in the game, you have to try to start getting some momentum. It seems like we talk about it every single set, that they have to start communicating better, stop making errors, but.
And once again, we seem to be going back and forth here with the points. UC just needs to keep it on that run and keep it going, not let back.
So that's the first unsuccessful challenge by Morehead. So Cincy will maintain the point and the serve. Morehead State up in the middle, and that is just an error right there by Morgenstyle. She's trying to tip it right over the net, but it'll be a UC point. It's a 1-point game. And Sydney Nolan will serve her second time. She puts it over the net cleanly. Morehead State has it in on our far sideline. Great block by UC, but it goes out. And that'll be a kill by Holland Everett. And Morehead State leads by 2. So back to serve for the Eagles is Sydney Sennett. She'll send it over. Very looping serve. Good defense by Morehead State. Cincinnati sends it back over. Sennett back to 16. Frame puts it up in the air. And now a great kill by Fallon Stewart. Her first of the third set. And Cincy brings it back to a 1-point game. So Gillespie goes out for the Cats. And Whittekind will come back in. Her first serve of the third set. She'll send it over. Just gets over that net. Sennett, far sideline. There's Bennett. And that'll be a nice kill for Morehead State. It's 11-9. Eagles lead it here in the third set. Substitutions now for the Eagles. Fitzgerald will come back in to serve for the Eagles. They lead it by 2, just under halfway through this third set. She puts it over. Frame, nice dig. Over to Hoffler. Morehead State contains, puts it back over. Heffler, far sideline. Huge kill opportunity, but yeah, they are going to give Cincinnati the point there. So Isley looked to get the ball up, but it'll be a nice kill over there by Abby Walker. And she will serve as well. So the 11-10, very tight game, very tight set once again. It's been like that all night. 33-31 since he lost the first one, but then they won the second set 25-21. Trouble with the ball. Sennett will just send it over for Morehead State. Heffler sets it up. Glending set it over. Isley puts it back, but not enough room for Rockenstyle to put it back over the net. It'll be a point for UC, and Carly Glending will get the kill. It's tied 11 apiece. So Walker, her second serve in this third set. She'll send it over. Bennett over to Hargan. Williams will send it up to Glending. She'll put it in the middle of the floor. Eagles on the far sideline. Great kill by Amelia Knott. The Centerville native gets the kill and puts Morehead State back up 12-11. Cats down 1 in the third set. Isley back to serve. Frame all the way over to Glending. Bennett contains it. Williams puts it over the net. Good play by Isley. Back over to Knott. Knott back to Whittekind. There's Williams. She'll just tap it over. Isley contains it over to Sennett. Send it over to Hargan. And she hits the net, and that'll be a Bearcats point. And we're tied at 12 once again. And back and forth they go here in the third set. So now Heffler, the center, she'll send it over. Bennett contains it over to Sennett, and a great dig by Faith Frame, getting the ball back in the air. So that'll reset now. Morehead State, middle of the floor. Frame gets it over to Heffler. Heffler over to Nolan. Whittekind puts it back in the middle, back to Nolan a second time, and she puts it down. And UC will go up to 13-12. Sydney Nolan with a second opportunity. She gets the kill, and the Bearcats reclaim the lead here in the third set. Kind of all set up by that Faith Frame dig on that last point. Leffler sends it back over. Bennett far side, Knott. She'll send it over. Heffler, good dig there. Middle of the floor. Frame just puts it over the net. They'll reset. Morehead State Not on the far sideline. Great block by Williams. And Cincy will go up 4. Or 2, excuse me. Williams, her second block of the night. And now Leffler for her third serve in a row. 14-12 Cats lead. Bennett, middle of the field. Nice dig there by Leffler. And Isley will keep it in play. Wow, great save by Morehead State. Faith over to Leffler. Other side, in a great kill. Carly Glending puts it right between the Morehead State defenders. It's 15-12, and now we will take a quick minute timeout. But once again, second half of the set, they're starting to put the ball up. Carly Glending getting a nice kill there, and UC is up 3.
Yeah, Glending's really just showing out here tonight between set 2 and set 3. She is really putting the Bearcats up top with her strong swings. Seems Morehead State can't seem to dig up any of her hits she gets.
Yeah, she's been good. Faith Frame has been good again. And Sydney Nolan and Abby Walker, once again, have been big contributors on the offensive side. But Williams has gotten in there a lot in this third set. She has been contributing on the defensive side for most of this third set. But now 15-12 with 40 seconds left in this timeout. Cats have done a better job at containing the lead. So the teams will break out of their timeouts here. Cats lead by 3. Here halfway through the third set. It's 1 apiece between Morehead State and Cincinnati. Cincy holding most of the momentum so far in this third set. They dropped the first set and they won the last one. This would be a big one to get, as Leffler's still going to be serving for the Cats. She'll send it over. Beckett way over to Hargan, and Hargan gets a good kill right in front of Whitehead. And it is now 15-13. Morehead State gets a point back. So new substitutions in. Knott's back in, as well as Boomer. Boomer will come back to serve. Boomer sends it over to Frame. Frame over to Leffler. Leffler far side, and that ball was tipped away. Carly Glending will get another kill, and UC will go up 3. So Morehead State puts it on UC side. Faith Frame all the way over to Sigmund. And now Hargan puts it back over the net, and it looks like that'll be a Morehead State point. 16-14. Morehead State staying right there with UC. So now Hargan back to serve for the Eagles after that last kill. Gillespie and Frame back on that back line. 2 freshmen in for the Cats right now, as well as Sigmund. So actually 3 freshmen on that back line for the Cats. And a big time kill right there by Sydney Nolan, and it gets the Cats another point. That was a big time kill right there by the sophomore out of Florence, Kentucky. Frame puts it, tries to serve it over the net, but it gets right in the netting, and that'll be a free point for Morehead State. So now Isley comes out for the Eagles. They'll put Wagenstall back in. And now Wyman back to serve for the Eagles. She gets it over. Gillespie puts it over to Leffler. Sigmund, the freshman, puts it over on our near sideline. And now not good dig by Gillespie, but she couldn't quite get it in play. And it will be 17-16, a 1-point game. All of a sudden, Morehead State starting to crawl their way back. And now I believe a timeout called by the Bearcats. 1-point game, and all of a sudden Morehead State with just a couple points have made it a 1-point game. They've seemed to have captured the momentum now halfway through this third set. But interesting move by Coach Alvord, putting 3 freshmen in the game at this point of the match. And for the Cats, what you have to do, you're up 1, you have to try to maintain this lead. You have to get the ball out of the Eagles' hands. Whenever the Eagles serve, that is when they're most dangerous. They've done a lot of damage when they have been serving the ball. So you have to try to get out of their hands here, up 1, but it's going to be another tight set. So 20 seconds left in this timeout. Cats lead it by 1 here in the third set. 1 apiece between the Eagles and the Bearcats. Cincy will break out of their timeout. Cats 44 kills on the night compared to the Eagles 39. So now we will get things started once again. Wyman sends it over. Faith Frame gets it back to Walker, middle of the floor. Back over to Knott. That ball tipped away. Bearcats contain it. Frame sets it up. Far sideline, Abby Walker. And just some miscommunication there in the middle of the field. And it was Sigmund. Once again, the true freshman couldn't quite get it up, and a mistake there. Now we're tied at 17 apiece. Wyman serving again for Morehead State. She'll put it over. Sigmund puts it up the frame. And no, that was Sigmund with the kill. So the true freshman knots it. That was Gillespie, Frame to Sigmund. All 3 freshmen getting in on the action there. 18-17, Cats lead. And now Sydney Nolan will go to serve for the Cats, up 1. 18-17 our score. Nolan sends it up. Middle of the floor, there's Bennett. Sigmund blocked by Knott on our near sideline. Big time defense by the Eagles. It's 18 apiece. So now Sydney Sennett will come back in the ballgame to serve now for the Eagles, tied at 18. She'll send it over, looping serve. Leffler, Abby Walker opposite sideline. It's blocked away. Morehead State has it. Sigmund to Leffler. Back line. Nolan will put it over. Blocked away. Cats recover. Nolan from the back line sends it over. Bennett, middle of the floor, blocked away by Abby Walker. And that'll be a Bearcats point. 19-18, Walker making her presence known here in the third set. And it is 19-18. That ball goes out of play, and Cincinnati will in fact get the point. So 20-18. Cincinnati has it, and Morehead State will call a timeout. Bearcats have been claiming a lot more of the momentum here in this third set. They lead by 2. They just need 5 more to claim the third set. So 40 seconds left in this timeout. Cats lead it by 2 here in this crucial third set. It looks like it's going to go down to the wire once again. So far tonight, both of the first 2 sets were decided within 5 points, and it's looking like it's going to happen again. So far, there's been a mix of freshmen as well as seniors contributing in this third set. So Morehead State back on the floor. Cats break out, and we will get things started once again. 20-18 is our score. So the Cats will serve it once again. 20-18 our score. Sigmund sends it over. Bennett over to Wyman. Leffler back to Abby Walker, blocked away and off of Glending's recovery, and Morehead State gets the point, 20-19. So Fitzgerald will go back to serve for the Eagles. 1-point game here in the third set. Fitzgerald will send it over. Faith Frame puts it up. And a big-time kill by Glending, and she will get it. Morehead State could not quite contain it. It's a 2-point lead for the Cats now. 21-19 is our score in the third set. Frame will come out. Glending with the kill. And now Abby Walker back to serve for the Cats. She gets it over the net. And just a ace as Fitzgerald couldn't quite contain it. Abby Walker will get the ace. And a timeout by Morehead State, 22-19. The Cats have jumped up 3. And we're getting down the wire here in the third set, but it seems like the momentum has been on a lot more of the Cats' side here in this third set.
For sure, UC's come out on top with Lending doing those big hits and Frame in the back being able to get those digs. Also, since set 1, I don't think we've talked about it or noticed it, that UC hasn't had as many errors as they did in set 1 when it comes to serves and hits like Morehead State has. They have continued to not do so well with their serves, and UC has fixed that since first set, and that's, I think, a big thing and what's brought them out on top.
They've been limiting their mistakes, to your point, in this third set, and it has worked out well. As you can see, they've been leading for most of this third set, so that is good. Obviously, when you limit turnovers, when you limit those errors, obviously you're going to be more successful as a team as a whole. But the Cats lead by 3 as they'll break out of the Morehead State timeout. Eagles really have to try to get some points here. It's almost desperation time for the Eagles. If you go up 2-1, it's going to be hard to come back in a best-of-5 game. So the Bearcats lead it by 3. 22-19, 3 more points and they will claim the third set. Abby Walker had an ace on her last serve. She'll be back to serve for the second time. So Walker will send it over the net, and it's a clean serve. Bennett back to send it over to Hagen, blocked away by Williams again. Williams has been all over the floor for defense tonight. That's her 3rd block of the night. The Jefferson, Indiana native gets another block. 23-19, Cats lead it. Send it middle of the floor, and it goes way out, and it'll be a UC point. Wagenstall tried to get something going, and all of a sudden it's set point. 24-19, Bearcats lead it. Abby Walker for her 3rd serve in a row. She puts it over. Isley couldn't get it. It's an ace, and that will end the third set. Bearcats 25, Eagles 19. They go up 2-1 now and are 1 set away for claiming this match here tonight. Bearcats fired up after that one. We'll take a quick media timeout. We'll be back in a minute 30. Stay with us here on Bearcast Media.
Bearcats playing Morehead State. Bearcats are up 2-1 right now. We are in set 4. Bearcats have really shown themselves these past 2 sets. We fell behind in the first set, and we have come out top the past 2 sets, so hopefully we can keep that going with this 4th set underway here.
Cats looked much better in that 3rd set as well as the end of the 2nd. Even though they lost that first one, they've kind of bounced back very quickly, claiming these last 2, and now have a chance to put the Eagles away in this 4th set.
All right, it looks like UC will have the first ball to serve tonight for set 4. And we are at the start of set 4, and here we go. Let's see how this turns out for the UC Bearcats. The serve is up and over to Morehead State. Glending with a nice dig and send over a free ball. Nice easy for Morehead State to dig up. And a great block by Glendig, but they are able to get it up, and Morehead dumped it down in UC's court. It is 1-0 Morehead.
Second chance opportunities have hurt the Cats a lot tonight, and that was just an easy one for Morehead State to get it started, 1-0. Cats already down early.
Morehead State Inslee back to serve. Set is over. Faith Frame with a nice dig over to Walker, and just out for Walker. That was a very nice hit though. Just need to make sure we do not have those errors for free points on the other team. Inslee back to serve again for Morehead State, over to the Bearcats. Faith Frame, another dig for her. Leffler sets out to Glendig, and she gets blocked. Another chance for Glendig. They dig that up. Over, nice dig by Faith Frame. They set up Glendig again, and she can't get that one down. Morehead, nice tip over for a point for them, 3-0 Morehead. Morehead seems to be getting out ahead here in this set.
Already lots of early mistakes. Obviously that last one kind of just good offense by the Eagles, but already 3-0 Morehead State in this 4th set.
Serves over, Glendig with a nice kill. They are calling that out. It looked a little, I thought that was in, but
I did too.
They called that out, so point Morehead, 4-0. UC needs to get this point back to go on a little run. They can't fall behind here in set 4. Out to Glendig, nice tip. Morehead was able to get it, and it went out. Nice point for UC, 4-1 to put UC on the board here in set 4.
Finally get on the board, 4-1. They've gone down early in every single set so far tonight, so there's no need to panic, but if you're UC, you have to start going on a run here.
We have 24 Walker back to serve over to Morehead. There's a great block by Glendig and Williams. Tip by Morehead, dug up by Glendig, out to her to hit, and she gets it over. Great hit by Morehead. Williams was up there for the block, but she didn't quite get there for 5-1 Morehead.
Eagles are just coming out with a lot more efficiency right now to start this 4th set. They know that this game could be over by the end of this set. They've came out firing. It's already 5-1, but it's going to help putting in Faith Frame on the defensive side.
Sennett serving for Morehead State underway. Short serve, Bailey over the net, dug up by Glendig. Tight set, nice dug up by Faith Frame, and Glendig gets a nice hit. Out to Glendig again. Barrow for Morehead State dug that up. There's a tip over the net for Morehead, and out to Glendig once again. And she just can't seem to get it down tonight. Nice up for Faith Frame. One more time for Glendig. Nope, not this time again. Nice block, nice up by Nolan. Tip over the net. That's a nice up for the Bearcats again, over to Nolan, and she gets it down. That was a good rally for Bearcats. Set Glendig multiple times. She just couldn't seem to get it down in this set. She was having lots of opportunities, but couldn't capitalize on that point, but Nolan got it done for the Bearcats, putting them at 5-2, Morehead. Bearcats setter Leffler back to serve for them, hopefully to get them going on a little run. Andy's serve is over the net. Morehead tips it back over. Leffler digs that up to get framed to set up Glendig. And Glendig with a strong hit for the point for UC to make it 5-3.
Those outside hitters finally starting to get some clean kills right now for UC. They limit the score now to 2. Hopefully they can keep that going.
Leffler back to serve again. Just in, nice serve. Thought that was going out, but it happened to stay right in bounds to put the Bearcats just down by 1, 5-4 Morehead. Leffler will be back to serve again, see if she can get 2 aces in a row. The serve is over. And point Morehead right off the block of Williams and Nolan. 6-4 Morehead. We got Hargan from Morehead State back there to serve. Serve over to Faith Frame, nice dig. Leffler sets up Glendig, and she is blocked. Williams couldn't get that back over. And point Morehead State, 7-4.
Morehead applying pressure early. They're jumping out to that lead. They're going to have to try to maintain that lead, make Cincy uncomfortable here in this 4th set.
Serves over, nice up by Faith Frame. They're gonna set Glendig again. She seems like their go-to person tonight, and she gets a kill to make the score 7-5. Glendig is now back to serve. We see what she can do serving. She hasn't been killing it up front for the Bearcats. And back to serve, and it is over. And it is an ace. No one even touched it. Makes the score 7-6. The Bearcats just down by 1. Hopefully Glendig could go on a little run here to put the Bearcats up. And Glendig to serve again. And Morehead had a tough time receiving that one as well. They send it back over, and they got a nice angle for a point for Morehead, 8-6. Glendig will go out, and Gillespie will come in back row for the Bearcats. She played pretty well in the 2nd set back row. Excited to see what she has in this set. Faith Frame with the dig from the serve, and a nice hit from Nolan. Comes back over, nice dig from Gillespie. Set to Nolan again, and she hits it right off the block. Nice block for Williams for the point for UC, 8-7, down by 1.
Again, Williams been all over the floor on defense. Another great block there, but just like that, UC has made it a 1-point game and starting to sway the momentum a little bit.
Serve over for Faith Frame, and she gets an ace. Making the score 8-8. We have a tie game here. Hopefully Faith Frame can go on a little run. Frame back to serve again. Right over the net, nice serve. They receive it pretty well. Nice block over there. Great dig by Gillespie. And Stewart with the hit off the block that goes out for the point for UC, 9-8.
The freshmen making it happen. Gillespie and Frame are putting in some work here in this 4th frame since he goes up by 1.
Frame back to serve. Ball goes over. Tight ball, UC able to get it up. And a nice hit for 24 Walker. That was a straight down shot. Nobody was getting that. 4-0 run for the UC Bearcats. We have Frame still back here serving. Put them up by 2. Frame serve is over. Nice dig by Gillespie once again. Frame sets up Stewart, and she is blocked. 10-9 UC. Bearcats are up now. We need to keep that momentum going. We have a couple subs for Morehead State. 11, Boomer back to serve. This is when Morehead State seems to go on a little run, so hopefully UC doesn't allow that this time. And the serve is over, and nice dig by Frame over to Nolan. Great hit. Point UC. Seemed like they called a double hit on Morehead.
I believe they did, but Cincy gaining more momentum back. Now they're up 2, starting to sway the game a little bit. And if you're Morehead State, you have to start to think to yourself, how can we get points any way possible to try to extend this game?
Nice serve from Nolan. Right over to her. She made a nice dig. And a great kill for Stewart for a point for UC. 12-9, UC up 3. They're going on a good run. Morehead's really got to get some stops while UC's on this run if they want to be in this game. Sets up. Oh, right to Nolan. She almost got that dig. Point Morehead, 12-10. Fitzgerald checking in for Morehead, coming back to serve. Morehead serves up. Nice dig from Faith Frame. Over slide for number 24, Walker. Morehead able to dig that up. Nice block from Walker. Little miscommunication over there from Morehead. They had a little, and Walker is able to capitalize on that. Over there, Morehead had a little miscommunication, tripping over each other. Walker saw that and was able to put it right in the hole.
Abby Walker doing a great job using the smart play with knowing that 2 Morehead defenders fell down that last play, just putting it right between all of them.
Puts UC up by 3 points with their serve underway. That was a nice serve. Great dig by Faith Frame. Out to Glendig, who puts it away. Glendig back in the front row is a very good sign for the Bearcats. Puts them up by 4, 14-10 here in this 4th set. UC wins this set, they win the game tonight. So this is very crucial for both Morehead and UC, so I'm excited to see how this set plays out.
Yeah, UC up by 4. Timeout called by Morehead State now, but UC has been very, very good the last couple of sets. Again, they didn't start off too hot, but they're coming in, firing all cylinders as of recently, and let's see if they can try to extend that lead and pull away a little bit.
About 45 seconds left remaining in this timeout. And I'm watching UC here in their timeout. Jack, what do you think they're talking about what they want to keep going in this 4th set here?
Well, I think if you're a coach for UC right now, you're telling your girls, make sure you limit the mistakes. That's what we've talked about, made an emphasis on it all night. Make sure you don't hurt yourself in this kind of game. You're that close for putting a team away. You have to make sure you can have that final stretch of points where you can finally put this Eagles team away, where it's really been a really competitive game all night long. Every single set so far has been within 5 points. The Eagles down 4 right now. Let's see if they can try to crawl their way back. But UC just a couple of points away from securing the win here tonight.
All right, out this timeout, UC will have the serve, up 4 points. Just the last set they need to win to take home the victory for the Bearcats. And the set is up and over. Morehead State receives that pretty well. And a huge hit from Morehead State. Great dig by Faith Frame over to Glendig, who gets the ball over. And a huge hit from Morehead State that sails out 15-10 for UC. Puts UC up by 5. This might be one of the biggest leads tonight.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. They're up 5. They're starting to make that run we've been talking about.
With a pretty back and forth game, we got a nice block by Walker. Tip by Morehead State over to UC side. Faith Frame sets up Glendig, and she absolutely kills it for the point for UC, 16-10. Wow, that was crazy. That was an insane hit.
She's been all over the floor tonight, and those kills have been looking pretty down there on our far sideline. Just a powerful swing there. Cats up 6.
Serve just out for UC, making the score 16-11. Cats still up by 5. Morehead State's Inslee back to serve for them. And it is up and over. Faith Frame digs that well, and Glendig is set and is blocked, but she is able to dig her own block and tips it back over. Morehead State with a big hit. Nolan digs it. Glendig tries to get it back in play, but just can't do that. So it is 16-12. Bearcats still up by 4. That was a great hustle over there by the Bearcats. Just couldn't seem to get it back in play. Inslee back to serve again. Over to Frame. They get it out to Glendig with a great hit. They dig it up on Morehead side. Glendig digs up the tip from Morehead, and Walker tips the ball over. UC with the big block with Leffler. Just sailed out of bounds, couldn't get the point, 16-13. Timeout Bearcats. We're going on a little slow here, down only up by 3. We were up by 6 there. Probably coaches just wanting to take a break, recoup, make sure they're all in the same mindset.
Eagles going on a bit of a run there before the Bearcats timeout, and it's not what you want to see. They were doing so well here in the 4th set. They were up 6, like you said. So just maintain that lead, though. You still have a 3-point cushion. Just keep getting points, keep chipping away, and eventually you're going to get to that 25-point.
Yeah, with just about 9 points to go, the UC Bearcats really need to just keep pushing to win this 4th set to take home victory tonight. All right, we got about 20 seconds left in this timeout. You can see Morehead and the Bearcats heading back out onto the court to get ready for play. This 4th set hasn't been as much back and forth as we've seen tonight, but Morehead is starting to make their way back into the game. Hopefully UC doesn't allow that to happen. The ball is up for Inslee for Morehead. Faith Frame digs it and just tips it in for the point for UC, putting them up 17-13. Faith Frame will come out.
Glendig, another good point there, just puts it right over the net where there were no defenders, and the Cats lead by 4.
Walker back to serve. Nice block from Williams. She is absolutely crushing the blocks tonight. That seems to be about her 5th tonight against Morehead State, and she only started playing in the 2nd set.
I was going to say that's probably about her 5th block tonight. She's been all over that defensive front, been jumping high and blocking those balls.
Walker back to serve again for UC, up 18-13. Need to push just 7 more points. Great solve, great serve by Walker. And a great dig by UC. Glendig has to do a free ball over to Morehead State. Great block by Williams once again. Great dig by Walker. UC is unable to get it over in 3 touches.
Great rally there. That would have been pretty impressive if the Cats could have got that over.
That was very good. 18-14, Cats up by 4.
Morehead State, though, they continue to chip away at that lead. It's only a 4-point game. Cats need 7 more points to win this game, but Morehead State is not going away easy.
Faith Frame dug up that serve from Morehead to Glendig, who hits it off the block for the point for the UC Bearcats, 19-14. Glendig just seems to be their person to go to tonight. She cannot seem to miss, and they cannot seem to dig up her balls. Serve over for Leffner. Big block by Nolan and Williams. Another big block off the hands of Nolan, dug up by UC. Leffner out to Nolan with a huge swing for the point for UC, 20-14. UC just 5 points away from taking this set and the victory for tonight for the Bearcats. Set serve is up for Leffler. And a big block for Glendig. UC able to recover. Big hit off the back row for Glendig with a point for UC. UC is going on a huge run right now. They might just close out this game. And as expected, Morehead State is taking a timeout.
How about Glendig in this 4th set? She has probably about 7 or 8 kills by herself in this 4th set. She has been all over the floor, and she has been the reason why the Cats lead by 7 here with 4 points to go before the Cats claim victory.
Morehead State is starting to make their way back out to the court right after this timeout. UC is still huddled up. They seem to be making their way.
Desperation time for the Eagles now, getting down to their last few points. So they're going to have to try to make something happen here. This is probably the biggest lead by either team here tonight. Cats up 7, 21-14 right now. Leffler will serve for the Cats, so we'll see if the Cats can put them away late here in the 4th set.
Leffler's serve is up and over. Morehead with a big hit for the point, making it 21-15. Cats still up by 6. Eve Hargan back to serve for Morehead State. Serve is up and over. Frame is able to receive that. Leffler sets the middle to Nolan, and she is able to hit it off the block for the point. 22-15 Bearcats. We are 3 points away from victory tonight. Glendig up for the serve. It is up and over. Overpass for Morehead. We were able to get it, and a huge hit from Nolan that just went out off the blocker's hands. Point UC.
2 points to go. Like what you were saying, 23-15 Cats lead, but just great chemistry, great teamwork to pass the ball there for the kill.
Glendig has the ball up again and over. That was a great serve. Morehead had a hard time receiving that one. They were able to do a roll shot over the net to UC, and Nolan with another big hit for another point. She is getting the Bearcats up big to victory tonight. 24-15 set point Bearcats.
Game point here for the Cats as Fifth Third Arena starts to get on their feet.
Glendig up to serve again, and it is over. And it is just out on set point. Glendig will go out and Gillespie will come in, setting her up. That was a nice run for Glendig on the serves, but Nolan is really the one to thank there. She had 3 awesome hits that just went right down in Morehead's court. And Morehead serves up and over, Frame digs it up. Leffler dives for the ball, and they are able to get it over. Morehead hits the ball, and they get it in for a point. They are still keeping the game going. It is 24-17 here at Fifth Third Arena. Lyman back to serve for Morehead State. It is going up and over. Frame able to get that ball out to Stewart to end the game with a huge hit. 25-17. Bearcats take the game in 4 sets.
Yeah, UC looked great in those last couple of sets. They'll win it 25-17 here in this final set. They win it in 4. Cats now winners of their last 5. They improved to 8-2 on the season. Morehead State will drop to 4-6, but both of these teams will meet again on September 25th at Morehead State in Kentucky. Both of those teams will face off once again. It'll be the Cincy's last non-conference matchup before they head down to play West Virginia to start Big 12 play. But for Cincinnati, looked pretty impressive in the last couple of sets. Obviously, you have to limit those turnovers and mistakes. I think I saw that a lot, especially early in the game. But, I mean, what do you think the most impressive thing was about the win tonight?
Definitely just Glendig and Nolan. They absolutely dominated that front row. Morehead State was not able to get any blocks or any digs up on them, and they just dominated their way to victory. You saw those last 3 points in that last set. Nolan really just took it underway. And in the first 3 sets, Glendig really just took their way to victory. So that front row, but you can't do that front row without your back row, which of course you know is Faith Frame, our true freshman here at UC, who I think is going to have a great career up ahead of her as libero here.
The front line, the back line, it all looked pretty good. Faith Frame, like you were saying, played excellent volleyball tonight as well as that front line for the Cats. Lots of kills as they end the game with 64 to Morehead State's 51, as well as 61 assists, 83 digs, 10 aces, and 8 blocks for the Cats here tonight. An impressive win in the first of 2 games in this home-and-home series with Morehead State. But from the Queen City here in Cincinnati, we will say goodnight. Cincy victory in 4 sets over the Morehead State Eagles, 25-17.